My story started many, many years ago, actually on the day I was born. I was born with kidney disease and put into an ambulance right away, rushed to another hospital, and I had about 10 surgeries before the age of 2. And since then, I've had many other health conditions and kind of operations. I had a transplant, which I got from my father at age 18. I had cancer at 19. I had cancer again at 22. And my physical pain journey started at 24 when I started to get debilitating back pain. And now that I think about it, I would get all sorts of bouts of soreness, growing up and through kind of this whole journey. But the back pain was horrible. And within 6 months, it spread to my legs and down to my feet. And I had sciatica as well as up to my upper neck and my shoulders. And I was diagnosed with rotator cuff impingement. And they did an MRI of my back, and I had degenerative disc disease. And my life just kind of fell apart from there. I stopped doing all the activities that I loved. I stopped biking and playing tennis and being active and seeing friends, and kind of retreated into my shell and retreated into my room because it was really hard to explain to people what I was going through. And the pain got so bad that I couldn't walk for more than 5-10 minutes at a time without having to sit down or lie down. I saw all sorts of doctors. I did physical therapy. I'll never forget when I saw the doctor for the first time. He prescribed me a muscle relaxant. And I was walking home, or I took the bus home, and I got off the bus, and there's a park between the bus stop and my house. And I had taken the muscle relaxant as soon as I got it from the pharmacy because I was in such miserable state. And I got to this park and I thought, I'm just going to sit for a minute. I'm pretty exhausted. And I just got knocked out by this muscle relaxant. And I woke up 3 hours later in this park and I was terrified. It was the middle of the day, thankfully, but, it was just a horrible, horrible experience. And so what really helped me and why I wanted to record this video and share was investing in self-care. And what that meant for me at that time were a few things. One, I was working on a startup, and so I was incredibly stressed, and self-care meant not being so hard on myself to succeed and not putting so many hours in and taking, time to take breaks and for myself and to even just watch movies or order food or cook food. Do some of the things that I could still do and enjoy. Self-care also meant expressing my emotions at the time. And so, growing up, I was so used to when people would ask me, how are you doing? I would say, oh, I'm fine. I'd put on a face and I'd smile and I'd make them laugh. And started to get better at saying, hey, I'm actually not doing so well today. I could use, some attention and some help and some care. And the last thing was really invest in trying to make friends instead of in work. And that made such a big difference when I started to kind of meet people that I could then be myself with and feel seen and feel loved by them. And what I wish that I knew at that time was actually how important those self-care activities were, because I'd fallen off the map so drastically. And when I started to engage in some of these self-care activities, my pain would actually diminish. And then I started to feel like I could do things that I had to stop and do things that I loved. So today I'm hiking again and I'm trying to bike, as much as I can. And it was really those aspects of re-engaging in life, even though there is pain, that made me feel more joyful and more hopeful. And so I wish I knew that at the time instead of being afraid of the pain. And I want to share that message. And the other thing I wish I knew at the time was this message of hope. When I first got my diagnosis, I'll never forget, I went online and I started Googling degenerative disc disease, and I got hit with this horrible wave of information that was telling me that my life was over. And that's not true. And it's possible to get your life back and to do the things that you love. And I wanted to just be with you, and I hope that you can feel that and let you know that it's going to be okay.